start with, 1 second, Sefer Shmiras Haloshon. The topic is the tragedy of strife. There is something most astonishing among those who are bent towards strife. If child of one of these people would be slightly injured by someone, even unintentionally, the father would castigate the culprit with fury. If the child would be hurt intentionally and become bedridden because of his wounds, the angry father would publicly denounce the attacker even after the child had recovered, as a cruel, violent individual. The father would not rest until he felt that he had dealt a guilty party a blow commensurate with a callous deed. The man of strife would harbor eternal hatred toward the person who caused his child harm. As stated above, an infant may be included in divine retribution, meted out to those who are parties to strife. Yet the man of strife does not consider for a moment that he himself brings untold harm, even death, heaven forfend, upon the children upon his children because of his sinful ways. Tragically, it is a way of the quarrelers to involve their wives, children, and other relatives in a dispute. Such was the days of the ways of the son and Aviram, and the Torah states the son and Aviram went out erect at the entrance of their tents with their wives, children, and infants. It's from Bamidbar 16:27. Thus it is written, the children gathered the wood, but the father who ignited the fire. Yirmiyahu 7:18. The evil inclination blinds these people so that they, the loved ones, stumble into abyss below. Okay, let's do it one more time and we're going to explain what it says here. Very scary thing. So one more time. There is something most astonishing about those who are bent toward the strife. If the child of one of these people would be slightly injured by someone, even unintentionally, the father would castigate the culprit with a fury. Right? So, okay, so that's understandable. His child was injured unintentionally. Somebody did not look at the proper direction and did something like maybe push the child fell. Okay. If child would hurt intentionally and become bedridden because of his wounds, the angry father would publicly denounce the attacker. So that's we understand. Okay. I'm not sure how, even if you denounce that, but how, in my mind, how does it help the child, right? Even after the child had recovered, as a cruel, violent individual, right? So it doesn't matter. The child is good now. Maybe it was a little blood, this and that. So the child recovered, but this guy is continue, even after that to denounce the attacker. Okay. The father would not rest until he felt that he dealt guilty party a blow commensurate with the callous deeds. Okay, so that's what these people do. I mean, how can you commensurate, right? I don't know. The man of strife would harbor eternal hatred toward the person who caused his child harm. One more time. The man of strife would harbor eternal hatred toward the person who caused his child harm. So, and it's not only, of course, it says his child harm, but even if somebody spoke Lashon Hara about another person, that person is going to hate him forever and ever. As stated above, when even infant may be included in divine retribution, meted out to those who are parties to strife. So we spoke, I think, it was 71 about the family of Korach, right? So we said even infants were killed, and the question was asked, what did they do? Did they were party to anything? Yes, I mean they did not. but they were actually the property of this guy Korach, and the retribution fell upon him and all his property, meaning the whole his family. Yet the man of strife does not consider for a moment that he himself brings untold harm and even death, heaven forbid, upon the children. So, but this guy, his hatred to another person is so much, so he does not stop and think for a second. So maybe I am wrong, and maybe my family is going to suffer, right, as a result of me, right, upon his children because of his sinful ways. So children are going to suffer because of the sins of the parents. Tragically, it is the way of the quarrelers to involve their wives, children, and other relatives in disputes. So some people, they constantly like speak about what somebody insulted them, somebody did not show them proper respect in front of their wives. Right? They tell the wives, tell the children, and then the whole family hates that other party. Like, even though they make peace between each other, but they forgot to tell their wives and the children. Children still hate the other party. Right? That's very interesting. It's very sad. Not interesting, but very sad. Such is the way of the son and Aviram. As the Torah states, the son and Aviram went out erect in the entrance of their tents with their wives, children, and infants, meaning everybody was involved. I mean, of course, they are heads of the family, but that's the retribution. Thus, it is written, the children gather the wood, but it is the father who ignites the fire. Of course, they only gather the wood, but the fire burned wherever they burned. But they were accomplices to the crime. The evil inclination blinds these people, so their loved ones stumble into the abyss below. So, okay. So, of course, the wife should take the husband's side, right? But there are two types of wives. The one wife is who builds, and the one who is actually destroys. So the wife of the Korach is the wife that builds, destroys, because she said, how come this Moshe, this Aaron, they shave you completely, they don't have any respect for you. Right? That's how the whole strife started. And the wife of On, the fourth guy, right? She actually stopped him, and he survived. He did not join the whole story. Okay, stop here.